can't knock the dirt off my shirt. It takes away the, I don't know what you call it, persona of being a homesteader.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are, folks. We are back at it again here on the homestead. We're giving a little update on our raised beds. We've had success and some not success. Not failures, not success. Bella, no. Okay, so here's our raised bed and wicking buckets. Now, I think we can justify these wicking bucket experiments as successful thus far. This is one of the Rutger tomatoes that my bride sprouted from seeds. Yay! And it's doing great. Got blooms on it. It's growing really nice. We have plenty of pollinators here on the farm, so I'm sure it's getting pollination. Here is a squash plant. And look at down inside there. How about that? Must be some fancy taproot growing on it. Here's the filthy cucumbers. I hate cucumbers. Yeah, we're getting some blooms on there. And like I said, we should have plenty of pollinators. Now this, if you look the difference between these two tomatoes were planted at the same time. This is a bush tomato plant. My granddaddy grew bush tomato plants. And they're called bush tomato plants because they don't get big and stringy. Now, if you come over here and look at the structure on this sucker. I mean, it's got a real heavy, super duper, super strong stem on it. But they only get up bush size. Now, the tomatoes are not near as big, but they're a lot easier to care for. Here is our okra. And we got blooms starting on it. Here's another okra. Got blooms starting on it. So our wicking buckets appear to be doing exactly as they should. Christy's kept keeping them watered with Miracle Grove liquid fertilizer about once every 4 or 5 days. Now we did have to increase the watering this past week when it got up to 90+ degrees for a few days. But it was easy to tell then because this tomato plant right here, the top leaves started wilting a little bit. So we knew that we needed to increase the water. And it's no big deal. I mean, that happens. So here is the raised bed. Now, Cooper, get out of there. Get out. These plants were planted at the same time those plants were planted. Can you tell a difference? Now, what we did is this is wood mulch from some trees we cut down. All right, we created holes in the wood mulch the size of a metal coffee can. Then we filled those holes with our real good potting soil dirt. Cooper, he's in the potting. Out.
Sorry.
Get to the house.
Ow.
All right. So we dug those holes out, filled them with dirt. Our raised bed, organic type dirt, and said, okay, we're done. Do you have something in your nose? Pollen? So, and at the same time, we planted these, and I took some to my mom's house and planted them for her. Well, these didn't do nothing. They were just sitting there. Meanwhile, these were growing. The ones at my mama's house was growing. And so we made an executive decision, and we went in for a drastic fix. So we actually dug up these things, increased the size of the hole, and added more composted topsoil raised bed dirt. And by doing that, we have success. These plants have grown more in the week and a half than they did in the 2 weeks prior, probably. And they were yellowing. The leaves were yellowing. But now you can see, I mean, they're nice and luscious. I mean, this thing here got blooms on it, and they ain't big enough to have blooms. So, and this is a squash, I think.
Yeah.
So, they've kicked in. We got a little pepper. I mean, little bitty pepper. Look at that thing. Little pepper, very hot. No, those are banana peppers. They're not hot. So that's where that stands. So, this is an experiment. So the wood chips are great. I mean, we don't have any weeds. I mean, of course, it rained about an inch last night. They hold moisture very good, but there just wasn't enough organic material in there to support the plants. Same thing with these green beans. The green beans, I mean, they popped out of the ground no time at all, but they're kind of just not growing, and it's because I don't have enough organic material. Example, dirt, cow manure, stuff like that. There's not enough of that. Eventually, when all these wood chips broke down, it'll be great. But that's what's going on. But we're going to see what happens. Like I said, we're in this for the long haul. Then we come over here and we did another raised bed. Now this one, we cheated. We went to the store and what was that stuff we bought? Some type of raised bed dirt.
Yeah, organic, raised bed, organic.
It had a name, the bucket, the bag had a name on it. I done forgot now.
In the burn barrel.
No, it's not. I burned it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, folks, we burn stuff. We're rednecks. Well, my bride's not. So anyway, so we cheated. We put just regular dirt in there. Now we did put the mulch on it to help hold the dirt. I mean, hold the moisture in there. But these are tomato plants that, Christy hatched out from seeds. And then down there we got a few squash and cucumbers or something like that. Then over here we planted some more green bean seeds, but they didn't come up. They were old seeds that my mom had. She planted them, they come up. I planted them, they didn't come up, so I don't know. So we've replanted those. I think yesterday Christy replanted those. So we're waiting to see what happens there. So there you go, folks. There you have it. Our raised beds are a work in process here at the house, the homestead, the farm, whatever you call it. So far, so good. I mean, we're real pleased with how it's coming. Thank goodness we don't have to depend on the food we raise to survive. But we're learning as y'all learning. We're trying to show folks that, even in this small area with very little resources, you can have your own little vegetable garden. Now, I mean, if you live on a quarter-acre tract in a subdivision, you could do this, no problem at all. Just like I said, you're learning with us that even though you put some organic material around the plants, it takes more than you think. So we'll keep that in mind, and probably next year we'll turn a bunch of organic material into this in the fall, and next year will be a whole lot more better. So there you have it, folks. A little update on the raised bed and wicking bucket project here on the farm. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments below. Good, bad, please don't be mean. I mean, we're not trying to say we're a professional anything. We're just trying to show folks that, anybody can do something. There's a honeybee. Our bees are looking pretty good. We'll be harvesting honey here in a month and a half, something like that. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. And hopefully, I'm hoping, I'm crossing every finger I got, swarm season's over. Gosh, this has been the year of the swarm. I've never had bees swarm like I've had them swarm this year. I mean, it's a good sign. That means your bees are healthy. That means that they're wanting to, propagate and fill the countryside with bees. But, when you're trying to raise honey, bee swarming is not good for your honey production. But thus far, we've been able to catch all of our swarms. Matter of fact, I actually had to give one away the other day because I'm zilch out of bee equipment. The frames, I mean, you can put a box together, no time for that, but frames are a little bit different story. So we had to make a mad dash up to Chatsworth, Georgia, to the barnyard bees. But so anyhow, y'all be cool, stay cool, like, subscribe, ring, ding ding, that notification bell. That way you get updates every time we make an update. So this is Jeff Eubanks here on the farm, here on the homestead, wishing all y'all a wonderful, happy day. May God bless you, and y'all come see us on YouTube anytime you want to. We're always there.